I recently made some magical invisible editing tricks in partnership with Sony, and I want to show you exactly how I made them. But first, let's watch the video. These are invisible edits, meaning each one has a hidden cut that I'm hoping you don't see. And I thought it'd be fun to break them down in order from easiest to most difficult. Number 1 being something that anyone could make on their phone right now, and number 5 being that it took me a decade of experience to master. At number 1, we have the crumpled paper turning into the Ghostbusters mini puffed bobblehead. I filmed this by performing a big action with my hands, carefully swapping out the paper for the bobblehead, and then repeating the action. And there's no fancy editing here. I'm simply removing time and then cleverly joining the two actions. And what makes this the easiest is that nothing's moving except for my arms. So it's really easy to keep your body and head completely still and then repeat this action. At number 2, we have the hat turning into the WH-XM5 headphones. I filmed this in a similar way. I did a big sweeping action with my hands, carefully swapped out the hat for the headphones, and then repeated the action. And this is a little bit more than a cut. Because I'm doing this big sweeping action, I'm using an animated mask to transition between the two actions. What makes this more difficult is that both my hands and my face are moving. And there's a lot more room for error with them being out of sync when I'm repeating the action. And if you want to learn exactly how I plan, film, and edit my videos, you can find that in my video editing class at the link here or down below. At number 3, we have Blink-182's One More Time record turning in to the hat. And again, I filmed this the exact same way. So I did the action, carefully swapped the record for the hat, and then repeated the action. And this is pretty much a cut between the two actions, except with some masked elements to help with the mistakes. And what makes this more difficult is 2 things. 1, you're looking at my face. When you're staring at my face, there's nowhere to hide a cut. And when I put this together, there was a slight obvious jump in my face. So I had to go in and just mask in a couple frames of face to help make that edit invisible. And 2, it's a more complicated action. Instead of just this, the object is first hitting my head and then my arms carry through. And because of this, I had to reposition my arms to make the action seamless. At number 4, we have Blink-182's album turning into the vinyl record. And again, I filmed this the exact same way. Spin the album sleeve, carefully swap it out, and then spin the vinyl record. What makes this more difficult is that it's a handheld POV camera. It's super easy to hide a cut when the camera's locked, like this camera, but when it's hovering in 3D space, well, now you have to match both the action and the position of the camera. And because of this, you're kind of at the mercy of just hoping everything works out. And so I had to film about 40 takes before everything lined up. At number 5, the most difficult is the Sony TV turning into the PlayStation Portal. This one is filmed kind of in reverse to how the others were filmed. My hands coming in and grabbing the portal are one continuous take, and then I'm kind of doing an invisible edit with the background. The process was to film a shot of the TV, do an invisible edit to an empty wall, and then layer in my masked out hands grabbing the portal. To complicate things even more, I had to pluck the portal from out of the air. So what I did was I stuck a magnet on the back of it, rigged it to a steel pole, and that let me grab it from exactly where the TV was located. So this is about as far from a cut as you can get. This is a visual effects soup. Okay, so that is 5 levels of invisible edits. And I'd love to know what you think. Do you have a favorite? Are some more successful than the others? Is this the order you thought they'd be in? Leave a comment, let me know. And as always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.